Hey everyone, Patrice is here with another Apex Legends video. It's season 7 already, so I decided to make a legend tier list since there's 15 of them right now, and the video will actually be longer than 3 minutes. Obviously, I'd like to point out that this is a base of personal opinion, so you can play whoever you want, and if you have amazing movement and aim, still be good with them and still be a valuable teammate. I also was evaluating pro picks and competitive picks from tournaments and from Predator players, what's mostly seen in their games and what they usually pick. Besides, I'd like to mention that I'm a PC player and I'm currently in Plat, going to probably hit Diamond later on, but I'm still in Plat. And for this video I'm introducing my friend Craig again. He has been in my previous videos before and he is a Diamond console player, so we both will be sharing a tier list. And now without further ado, let's get into the video. Starting with Bangalore. Her passive is one of the best in the game, right?
I would say so, yeah.
Tactical, on the other hand, is quite difficult since it could mess up your teammates a lot, and it's weird how one attachment can disable her entire ability. It's like, imagine if a gold barrel would counter Chiby's bubble completely. Like, how stupid would that be?
Yeah, it's a bit, it's a weird interaction.
Yeah.
Personally, I really do hate her tactical. Yeah, I understand there is good Bangalores, right? That can use it perfectly, maybe, but
Yeah.
people that I've played with, they always end up hindering me instead of helping me.
Helping you. Yeah, that's true.
This is why I hate her. I can't see in the fucking smoke.
Her ultimate is quite slow and it's quite easy to escape. I know that it hasn't really been made to deal damage and more for like zone control, but it still feels like weaker than other choices. Gibraltar, for instance.
There is instances where it's better, right? So she got a buff recently, well, in season 7.
Yeah.
2-second decrease in the time where it blows up. It is a lot better in that way. Sometimes actually, I've been using her a tiny bit just to see, right? And it does catch people off guard if you're in mid-fight. But if you're using it to disengage or whatever, I don't think it works very well.
Yeah, I think she's useful and she has very nice passive. Her ultimate is also could be valuable, but she's still outclassed by other legends on the tier list. So I personally think she belongs in C.
Yeah, there's no way I'd pick her in a comp.
Alright, so we both agree on C then. For a buff, I think her Q needs to be reworked or changed, so it wouldn't just, you know, hinder your teammates and wouldn't get completely countered by a single attachment. Next one is Bloodhound.
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 What to say about Bloodhound?
His passive is okay, but is it really that useful? Like, how often do you actually benefit from it?
It's not the most useful, but yeah, I've had times where it's worked out, you know, like, you know where the enemies have went if they've run away.
Yeah. Since of the timer, you know exactly where they went. And thanks to the image, you actually know which ult or ability have been used, which kind of could help in the end game, like knowing who has ult and who hasn't. And the Q is pretty decent. It's just like a quick wall hack for your entire team.
With his Q, right?
Yeah.
It's very good, don't get me wrong. But if you've got a lower level team, let's say, they tend to just scan at any time and they give your position away.
Oh yeah. I've also had that before. Just bait for no reason. Or they can scan too early. Also, I personally had some problems with the scan, especially on the new map. Sometimes I scan and I cannot tell if the person is behind the cover or on top of the cover, since it's just too bright for me.
You did that last night, actually.
Yeah. That just always messes me up.
I don't have a problem with that. Well, I don't think I've had the problem with that. But
I guess that's just me then.
Yeah. Very good ultimate.
You get like 30 seconds of speed boost and better enemy vision. Plus you can scan every 7 seconds with your tactical, which helps with the team play. Bloodhound can also use survey beacons, which also adds to like team play and the late game potential. So what rank are we placing him at? I think he's a solid A.
Before I say what I think he is, there is a downside to him, and that is just like say Lifeline would be. They have no getaway. They can't. You have to be aggressive with him.
If you get caught, you get caught. That's it. It's done. Yeah.
I would put him at A as well, to be honest.
All right, we both agree on A then. Moving on to Caustic. His passive is relatively simple. You just see whoever is in the gas. Perfect fit for his kit, I guess.
I like his passive. Only one that can use it. If you've got a good ult, good traps, and they won't be able to see you, you can see them.
You can see them. Unless they have like the golden scope, but then they'll get slowed down anyway and get a blurry vision on top of it.
I'd say he's the best defender.
You think he's the best defender? Why is that?
I don't know, man. You like people run through. They think they can get some, some flanks off or whatever, and they get gassed. They get hurt, and they back up. They always back up. With a Watson,
Yeah.
they can blatantly see it. Her Q.
Yeah, the walls. Yeah.
All they have to do is shoot the left or right of it. Maybe Rampart is on par with him, but I think his Q is probably the best.
Yeah, I agree with that, I guess. And his ultimate is quite decent too. You can use it to like push or to defend.
His ultimate's always been good, offensively or defensively. It's been one of the best ults, I think.
So where do we put him?
I think he's A.
So you think he's balanced and shouldn't get any changes?
Since season 7, he's in a perfect place.
Yeah, I agree with that. He has a solid pick. I just personally don't like his playstyle, so I tend to not like him because of that.
I don't like playing Agnostic either, but I know he's great.
He also gets the damage reduction too on top of it, so I'd put him in A tier as well. Next one is Crypto. He has quite a lot of passive abilities now. First, he pings your teammates, enemies or whatever he sees or pings really. He can also ping banners to see how many squads is around, which is great in this third party world. But it's not that big of a radius, and sometimes I ended up seeing the enemy myself and the drones still say there's 0 squads around. He can also scan survey beacons now, which also adds to his competitive play. And he can pick up banners and res teammates quite easily. His tactical is his drone, which is his entire kit.
Right, and if it's destroyed, then he's just a person. He has no.
Yeah, he has nothing. That is true. Until he can use the drone again. And even when he uses his drone, his body is vulnerable and just stuck on a place, which is quite annoying in a fast-paced game like Apex. Also, his ult is quite weak in my opinion. It only deals 50 damage to shields.
You can pre-heal.
Yeah, exactly. You can start healing before the ult even hits. I mean, it does slow down enemies, which is nice.
So yeah, his ult ain't that great unless it's a coordinated push.
So I don't think he's too weak, but definitely could use a little buff to make him more valuable. I was thinking maybe make his tacticals similar to Mirage, where you can just ping and the drone will automatically fly to that direction, So then you don't have to spend too much time on the drone and can actually move your body. What tier are you gonna place him at?
Alright, I'll put him B, I think.
Yeah, that sounds good. So Crypto goes into a B tier. Now Gibraltar. Something I want to mention off the bat is that pretty much every team in the Predator rank has a Gibraltar in their team. Same goes to competitive.
Really good players don't miss, right?
Yeah.
And you're a Wraith against a Gibraltar. She's gonna take more damage. She's got like, that 5% more damage she's gonna take. Yeah. He's got 15% extra that he doesn't
Less damage,
take. He's got an arm shield, and if you're both not missing, Gibraltar wins against any single person in the game.
And his bubble is the only thing that keeps teams alive in the last cycle when there's like 9 squads in a tiny cycle and no buildings to hide behind.
Yeah, it's super good with a coordinated team. We should say as well, if someone's down in that bubble, he reses them faster than Lifeline would.
Yeah, which also makes him a decent support when he ain't even a support. His ultimate is great too. You can use it as a defense and attack. It's very fast and does a lot of damage, often catching people off guard. I personally think he's a solid S tier even in season 7.
Yeah.
And pretty much a must pick in any high rank play. Moving on to new legend Horizon.
My main.
Her passive is very useful for keeping the momentum. No matter what high you drop from, it will cancel the stun.
Yeah, you're always such an easy target when you land from a far distance.
Yeah, and you just like stand still for a second. Her tactical is most versatile ability in the game. It's like a mini Pathfinder's ult or like a futuristic Octane's ult.
Yeah, it's just like a mixture of many characters.
Yeah.
Even defensive ones. You throw that Q in, the tap. 100% sure that wasn't the intended use from the developers though.
And it's 15 seconds cooldown.
Higher ranks. Oh, not that we're there yet. I haven't seen higher rank Horizon. I can imagine people are just gonna hear her Q and know that she's gonna push.
You know that she's like on top. But what if in higher ranks and they'll just use it the opposite? You'll throw a Q but you don't go onto a Q at all.
Yeah, like a bait. I've thought about that, but I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really say much.
Her ultimate is quite weak. Easy to shoot down and easy to get out of the radius. The range is small and the pull is quite weak. I guess it balanced her out slightly, but it definitely needs an improvement to push her higher up the tier. In my opinion, maybe increasing the pull strength will be good, or maybe giving it a bit more health. But I still think she deserves to be in A tier, even that she isn't quite stable yet.
I'm torn a bit between A and B. if you're comparing to Gibraltar, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true that. But she's still very versatile. Anyway, moving on to Lifeline. Lifeline's a bit of a sticky one.
She's very useful in a public game, pubs, you know.
Yeah,
like
normal games, yeah.
Yeah,
Pubs.
but high level ranks, nah.
Not really. Especially that her ultimate is garbage, man. Like, I don't think her ultimate just fits at all. Like, I think it should be changed.
If you want 4 teams at you, then pop her ultimate.
Yeah, if you want everyone rushing you, pop her ultimate. She's not completely useless because of her passive.
The passive's the best thing about her.
Yeah, that's the only thing about it. That's true.
I still like a Lifeline on my team. Yeah, I'm gonna go C here.
Yeah, I think C too. Like, she's not complete garbage. But talking about D, that's where I had like a rework. They need a rework, and I think she does need a rework.
If D is rework, then yes, I'll put her in D. Okay.
Yeah, let's go D. Yeah, because of the rework feature. But her Q, I mean, her passive is probably C, well, you know, or even B.
Probably B.
Yeah, I'll put her in D as well. Like, her definitely Q and ult could be improved. Moving on to LOBA, her passive, garbage. Her Q, in my opinion, is very slow. It doesn't go that far, and you cannot throw it high enough. So I think it's like her Q is just worse Horizon Q.
Yes and no, as in she teleports one place to the next. Yeah, Horizon's whole body is always moving with her Q. Yeah, tactical. She can get beams while LOBA can't if she's behind cover.
Yeah, I guess LOBA is protected while she's flying on her Q.
Yeah. You're not meant to be using her like Horizon anyway. Yeah. She's a support. She use it for running away. Yeah,
like one thing you need to remember with her, she is a support. She does have the cross, just same as Lifeline.
It's a thin line between what they can do though. If there's no animation after she tacticals, right, she could be very aggressive. Personally, I think her Q is fine for the most part. So yeah.
And her ultimate is quite useful, especially that it does charge really fast from the start. It's useful from the start of the game. And I guess it a little bit useful from later game, but it's also not great. You'll end up getting the loot anyway in most cases.
It's best right at the start or when you've respawned a teammate and they need loot. A lot of these ults late game are just not great.
Yeah, just not great at all. I think I'll keep her in D. Mirage.
D, right. Next one, Octane.
Wait, why do you think Mirage is D?
I hate him.
Really? Why? What for? Like, I think
it's just so useless, man. I hate it. I know his passive's good, yeah, but you can still hear it and you can slightly see it if they're next to you.
Slightly, if they're close by, yeah. He's just worse crypto. He cannot scan surveys beacons. He cannot prepare for late game. He has nothing to assess his team except that revive. It's kind of nice. His revive is just as it is for Lifeline, but it makes no sense because he's an attack champion. He's not a support. He should be just better attacker.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. They've gave him so many reworks, and that's kind of an indication of how like not good he is, basically.
Yeah, that's true. Put him better than LOBA and Lifeline in my... Nah, not Lifeline. Nah, that's too much. Better than LOBA. Moving to Octane. Octane is quite simple. He has passive that regenerates health over time, and he has been buffed in Season 7 by doubling the healing speed from 0.5 health per second to 1 health per second, which is nice. Means he can carry less syringes and his tactical damage gets healed up faster. His tactical speeds him up in exchange for his health. There's nothing else to mention here, nothing has been changed to it as of Season 7. His ultimate's pretty good for the team, but it's definitely behind Horizon's tactical, since of the cooldown. And it's not as safe as Wraith's teleport either, but at least it's instant, I guess. So he's good, but he's just like a worse Horizon at his current state.
He's good, but I think it's B.
Yeah, I'll put him in B too. I think it's B too. Next one, Pathfinder.
Next one.
Next one.
Very fun legend, and he's been used in Pro League quite often. Predators, man, they know how to use his grapple so well. Yeah. His passive or survey beacons, quite decent for competitive play again, because it tells you what's the better position to take. He also speeds up his ultimate cooldown, which I guess it's good, but it's not as good. They said they were going to change that though, because he's not unique enough. He's the most skillful hero.
Yeah, that's true. What about his ultimate though? It's very slow, it's very obvious, it's very loud, you know.
It's nice. It's nice to have when you want higher ground, which is very good to have, especially in high ranked. But then you could just bring a Horizon once
Yeah,
again.
isn't that just Horizon? That it just worse Horizon ultimate wise, I would say.
Yeah, and hers is a tactical, not an ultimate. So.
Yeah, and 15-second cooldown.
If I was a good Pathfinder, right?
Yeah.
I'd still put him B. Because I don't use him and I'm not good with him right now, I'd put him C, right? But I can see his potential and I'd put him higher. Yeah, B.
Yeah, I'll definitely put in B.
Yeah.
Rampart.
This is a sticky one.
Yeah, Rampart is a bit... she has really big downsides. Still really big downsides.
Yeah, very big downside. She can use LMGs, she can reload faster and have more bullets with any LMG. Right?
Yes.
And the best LMG to use with that is actually the L-Star, if you think about it. He got buffed as well, the gun itself, quite a lot. And with Rampart, I think it's actually a decent weapon.
If you play Rampart and L-Star, try it out. Moving on to her Qs. Her Q is actually very good, but the amount of time it takes for it to charge up, even that they actually improved it in Season 7, the amount of time it still takes to charge up and get to full, it gets instantly destroyed by people, just super fast.
Yeah, I don't actually think that's the problem with her. I think that the glass breaks way too easy. She's meant to be defensive, so I don't really think she should be setting them shields up within a second, you know.
But they should have more health, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Currently, Gibraltar is just better her, basically.
She's got the lowest win rate as well.
Sheila, let's talk about garbage.
Oh, why bother? I'd give it S if it was intended for the crypto drone to be on top of it. Or
Yeah. But even then, if you're a good player, you just get beamed still. It doesn't matter. I guess
terrifying.
crypto drone still makes it terrifying. Yeah, just flying around.
The improvements this season are nice, but they're just not enough. So.
Not enough. Nowhere near enough. Yeah, I'll put a D as well. But moving to Watson. Watson passive is still you can only use 2 ultimate accelerants in your inventory, and most of the time you'll only have 2, which is enough because that's 3 ultimates down if you have 1 charged.
Yeah.
What about her Qs?
They don't do any damage, right? They do 15 damage when you go through them.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah,
That's
they
nothing.
slow you down though.
But they slow you down and they slow your aim as well, as in you can't go left and right as quick.
Yeah, and it gives you that shocking look on front of your face, which kind of also blocks vision a little bit.
Who's running through them? No
one.
Just shoot them.
Yeah, just shoot them.
Then again, I'm shitting on them right now, but in a high rank, high setting, last circles, you want a Watson. As someone that's been in Diamond, right, I've seen her in basically every game, every late game, right, she's there. And I do think she's as influential as big old Gibraltar there as well.
But yeah, I say she's A tier, to be honest. Her ult is just so good.
If I'm talking strictly high level ranked, I'm putting her S tier still. Having her on my team is super nice, right? But like I just said, I would never use her.
Yeah, so, but you want her on a team.
Yeah, 100%.
Alright, moving on to Wraith. Everyone knows that she's good at what she does. Her hitbox is amazing, definitely best hitbox in the game. Her passive, right? So if somebody looks at her, she will know that they're looking at her.
It's actually nice to have. Like, I remember that she was my main for ages. It's very nice to have, especially if you're going to get sniped by a Kraber.
Yeah, it just tells you that someone is there, someone's seen you, someone is... Like Crypto's passive, when you scan the banner, that's kind of her's passive, but only when somebody actually zooms in on her. Her Q, her tactical.
Weird one, that, because before, right,
it
used to be a lot faster to go into the queue, you know, get out of a situation like that.
Yeah.
But she plays a bit more like LOBA these days, you know, where you got to go behind a cover and do it.
Yeah. And where you have to break the line of sight all the time to use her Q.
She's faster in it now. She can see people in the queue, which she can then give information to her team or whatever.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone knows how Wraith works, so we don't need to talk too much about it. I think she's S tier still.
Yeah, 100%.
Her probably will remain there forever.
Yeah, mostly because of that hitbox.
Yeah, mostly because of the hitbox. Moving on to last one, which is a Revenant.
Revy boy, yeah, put him in garbage. Right, go on.
Alright, he's passive. He can climb higher, which is very nice, especially for people that know how to climb really well, because they can just, you know, get higher ground that nobody else can ever get there. He can. Well, now Horizon can get anywhere, but he can do it silently. Crouch speed is passive as well, but nothing really that deep. And the climbing, I think climbing speed maybe could be a little bit improved or something like that, you know, since he's passive.
Yeah, I don't think it needed to be slowed down at all.
Yeah.
It's not that powerful.
But his Q, it's much better now. He has 2 Qs now, so it's actually quite nice because you will end up missing them a lot but then you have a second backup Q to just, you know, hit it. And it does disable abilities for 20 seconds, which is super decent on somebody like Bloodhound under his ult, or Wraith, or Horizon, yeah, because her Q just keeps coming back. And then his ultimate, the best thing about him, really.
Yeah, pretty much. It's good, but then, so when you're in a ultimate, it takes skin damage, right? Yeah. As in, like, you don't have a shield, and what that does is shake your screen more. You get flinch, right?
Oh, okay.
When you get shot, and that puts off your aim quite a lot because your gun ends up going up when you get shot.
Yeah.
I hate that about it, but I think it's fine, really, because, you know, it's like an extra life anyway.
It's an extra life anyway, so even if you get some damage in, it'll still be better than nothing.
As long as it's like more than 50 damage you're going, because you come back with 50 less damage.
Yeah, you come back with 50 less damage. So if you do more than that, then that means you got the value out of it.
Yeah. I'd put him B or C, I'm not sure.
I don't think he's as good as Crypto though, personally, or Octane. Like, I think Octane or Pathfinder, like, they just better than him. Yeah, probably C.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'd probably put him C because he's definitely not better than Pathfinder, Octane, or Crypto, but he's better than Bangalore. Okay guys, that's it for the tier list video. Hope you liked it. If you want to make your own tier list, I will leave the link of my one in the description, and you can change it to whatever you think it should be. And I'd personally like to see what you guys think, so leave it down in the comments below for me to see. I know there's D tier mains, and I didn't want to come off as rude or anything. I just wanted to share the looks of competitive play mostly, and this video is based on personal opinion. Obviously for pubs you can still pick whatever you want and enjoy it and still do great with them. And this is the end of the video, guys. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Please do consider subscribing if you want to help me out, because YouTube algorithm hasn't been really nice on me lately since I haven't been posting for ages. But yeah, thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.